Let's have a look at a depreciation sum which requires to find out depreciation for 2 years, which has a calculation of dates and two methods of providing depreciation, or two methods of doing this sum which we are going to see. So the sum goes as: a machinery was purchased on 1st January 2015 for 4 lakhs. So this is the cost of the machinery. 15,000 was spent on erection charges and 10,000 on freight charges. Then they have said that 10% is the rate of depreciation provided under straight line method, and the books are closed on 31st of each year. So here in this sum, the dates play a very major role because they have asked you to calculate the amount of depreciation on machinery for the first 2 years. So when it is purchased on January and books are closed on March, we have to calculate the date for how many months it has been provided, and then only we can calculate the amount of depreciation. So first step, let's write out what all they have given in the problem. The first information given is the cost of the machinery, which is 4 lakhs, and the date on which they have purchased the machinery, that is 1st Jan 2015. Then they have given erection charges, which is 15,000, freight charges, which is 10,000, rate of depreciation, which is 10%, and the books closed on 31st March of every year. So let's calculate the amount of depreciation under one method first, and then in this same video I'll show you the other method through which you can calculate the amount of depreciation. So the second step, what we are going to do is a calculation of dates, because as I told you previously, dates are very important in the sum. So always start with the calculation of dates. So when you start with calculation of dates, the date on which the machinery is purchased is the first date what you write. So 1/1/2015. Now every year we used to give depreciation, so we have to look into the date in which the books are closed. So they are closed on 31st of every year. So from 1st Jan 2015 to 31st March of 2015. So it is possibly 3 months, Jan, Feb and March. 3 months is the first set of depreciation, first year depreciation, which we are going to provide. We are going to provide it only for 3 months. The next year's depreciation immediately after March, the next month is 1st April 2015, where your next accounting year starts, and it will end in the next year, that is 31st March of 2016. So this counts up to 12 months. So for a full year, you're going to give the second year depreciation. So this is the date calculation for the 2 years in this sum. Next, we are going to start with the working note method. So working note method maximum we'll be using in the 3 marks. So as a heads up, I wanted to start with this sum itself. So when it is working note method, the first step is the calculation of original cost, which we usually do without the heading of working note. So first we are going to write about the cost of the machinery, which is 4 lakhs. And we are going to add the charges. So we have two charges over here. One is the erection and one is the freight charges. So erection charges amounts to 15,000. So if you add 4 lakh and 15,000, you'll get 4 lakh 15,000. And freight charges is 10,000. So 4 lakh 15,000 plus 10,000 of freight charges, you'll get 4 lakh 25,000. So this 4,25,000 is the original cost of the machinery. Using this original cost, we are going to provide depreciation for each year. So first let's provide the depreciation for the first year. So according to our date calculation, we know that we are providing depreciation only for 3 months. So the calculation will be 4,25,000 into the rate of depreciation has been given into 10%, 10 by 100 into the number of months, 3 divided by 12. 12 indicates the year. So 3 months out of 12 months, only 3 months of depreciation we are going to calculate. That's why it is 3 divided by 12. So when you calculate the cancelling part, after the cancelling part, you'll get the answer for the first year depreciation is 10,625. Now, the next step in the working note is usually we subtract the original cost from the first year depreciation. So, after subtraction, we get 4,14,375. Now, we are going to provide the second year depreciation. So, second year depreciation, as per our date calculation, we know that it is for the full year. Therefore, again, less second year depreciation. Now, the calculation part for the second year depreciation, since it is a straight line method, we should go back to the original cost. We will not take this 4,14,375 to calculate. You must go back to the original cost. 4,25,000 into 10 percentage into number of months is 12 months. So 12 by 12, it results in 1. So it is in your choice that whether you want to write it, you can write it. If you don't write it, it's not a problem. So 4,25,000 into 10%, that is 10 by 100 we are going to calculate. It is a very simple calculation. From 4,25,000, just remove the last zero when it is 10 percentage. So when you remove the last zero, you will get 42,500, which is the second year depreciation. So after providing the second year depreciation, you're going to less it, that is subtracted from that 4,14,375, which you'll get 3,71,875, which is called as a book value. So as the answer, the first year depreciation, that is 10,625, and the second year depreciation amount which you calculated, that is 42,500, can be written at the end of the sum. So this is the first method through which you're going to calculate the amount of depreciation for 2 different years. Let's start with the second method. So when you start with the second method, what is given, what you write, and the calculation of dates is the same, except for the working note part. So instead of working note part, we are going to straight away calculate the first year depreciation by using a simple formula. So the formula goes as original cost into the rate of depreciation into the number of months. So original cost in our sum for the first year is 4,25,000, which we have already calculated and which we know to calculate. That is by adding the erection charges and the freight charges. So 4,25,000 into rate of depreciation 10%, 10 by 100 into, from the calculation of dates we can get that it is only for 3 months. So 3 by 12. So when you calculate, you'll get the same answer, that is 10,625. Likewise, for the second year depreciation, just put the heading as calculation of the second year depreciation. Again, the same formula, original cost into rate of depreciation into the number of months. So original cost, again go back to the original cost, which is 4,25,000 into 10 percentage into, now the number of months is going to be 12 months, that is for 1 full year, therefore 12 by 12. So again, when you calculate and do the cancelling, you'll get 42,500. So this is the second method through which you can calculate the rate amount of depreciation for 2 years.